We did go back-to-back undefeated with this deck profile. Hey guys, so today we are doing an EB01 Green UTA deck update. This is the one that I been running since the release of EB01 and also taken to the Montreal regionals. We did a few side events and also met one of our youngest competitors, 8 years old only, running category, Liam. Make sure you check that video out. What a cool dude. And yeah, let's get into it. So this is the green UTA for EB01. I did finally add that Kaizen Q card alt art in the back there for when she flips it over and does I'm invincible or enrages. But yeah, let's get right through it. So first of all, we are only running 2 of these laws now. A lot of deck profiles don't run these anymore, but I do like this for turn 1 play. It's a very aggressive move and allows you to do some cool tricks with the UTA searcher, not the UTA searcher, but the Nami searcher, and also able to swap out Izzo for Arrestor and so on and so forth. So I still run 2 of these for a more Zerg style encounter with UTA. We are running 2 Mihawks now, still a good 2k, and also very strong opener when you can pair this into a Brook, into an Usopp, or blocker, depending on if it's more late game, or into a Nami, so on and so forth. This is a very strong combination and also a great 2k. So we are using that Mihawk too, but only 2 of. Any staple with green UTA and film engine will always need those Brooks, so we are running a 4 of that. And then also still running that Usopp as a staple, a great 1k 3 costs, and like I said, you can pair that in pretty well with the Brooks and whatnot. Nami Searcher allows you to find all the cards you need, so there you go, 4 Namis. We are running 4 Luffys. There you go, 4 Luffys. We don't really do the heavy combination anymore where you go into the Luffy, into the Brook, into the generally Uta or another 3 cost such as Usopp, because it's very high Dawn commitment. So this is generally going to be more paired, well, unless you like hard brick and you really don't have much of a board, or you've been cleared out by like Law or something, red purple Law. So we do run 4 Luffys. We do pair it more into these new Sanjis, which was coming from EB01. A great card, a 2k searchable. We run this in combinations with Luffy more now, so if you have a board, you're building it up and you're heading into your like 8 Dawn or 10 Dawn turn, you generally will run this before. It just allows you to attach a Dawn, and for every rested Dawn card you have, you gain every 3 rested Dawn you gain an attack power. So this is a great way to really put pressure on your opponent. They will want to clear this out pretty hard, but if they're unable to, you can also just add the extra Dawn card when you're playing your high end, such as your kids and Zoros. So a lot of times we will run this combination of 7 Luffy into Sanji over the triple combination, unless you're really bricking hard. Your blockers that we run is still the 4 Utas, another great staple. It does get removed a lot, but it does help flood the board and just give you a little more protection. We do run 4 Chopper still, just like in the starter deck. This is a solid staple 2k Chopper. We still run a 4 of, not much you can say about that, but Chopper is just a very strong 2k. We do run 2 of the Blue Nose, which is from EB01 also. A great way to refill or restock some blockers, especially facing like a yellow green Yamato, or just being able to replenish the blockers to protect your high end with your kid cards. So we only run 2 of those, just because between those and Uta and Luffy there is plenty of blockers. We do still run 2 Izzo. This is a great tech card, just to help you kind of finish off at the last bit, where you're able just to rest those extra blockers from the different people. You generally can run this into like your kids. Also run this kid, pop this as a 3 cost, rest put a Don underneath from rest them, and then allow you to swing out with all your other cards to kind of mill out extra counters off your opponents. We do run 3 of the kids. Our old profile used to run 2, but now this blocker style is pretty strong, and you do want to try to see as much as you can. Most deck profile these days will end up running 4 of them. I think 4 is just a little too much. It's just attack. I'm more of a offensive player than more of the fortress defensive player, so I only do run 3 of this one. We do still run the Zoro cards. Instead of 3 of, we run 2 of now. It's just a very powerful card. A lot of people don't really see them coming anymore because most people don't run them, but facing into pretty much any deck these days, it's a very scary card to see and hard to deal with. Even if you're facing like a Gecko or a Sakazuki, that can clear this out pretty quickly. Most will do the same with the kid, but if you're able to kind of play this safely, maybe the kid first into the Zoro, swing twice, and then just keep him protected, you're able to really put up pressure against black yellow Luffy's and everything. We still run 4 new Genesis, just a staple free search. We still not too sure what the new Genesis is with the using 1 Dawn, resting, and then popping it back up. We haven't seen tech in the film engine yet that will utilize that, so in future maybe we'll see what happens with that. We do run 3 invincibles. A lot of deck profiles are using 4. I find that 3 is generally enough with the type of searching you do. Do know that if you are facing like a Gecko Moria or a Sakazuki, the invincibles are pretty much needed. You need like 2 to 3 of these to really end the game. So if you do face Gecko, if you do face Sakazuki, even Nell, anytime you search and you see these, you're pretty much going to grab these over any other card. Even like a Brook or a Luffy or something that you'd be able to use as a combination. These are very important into those matchup. We do use 2 backlights. 2 is generally enough just to kind of finish off the like set the blockers, maybe use it with an Izzo and just kind of go for game there. As for the different matchups, it's a pretty strong deck into pretty much everything right now. Red purple law can be a little harder to deal with just because of how much like the killer kid combination and rushers and everything, but in the end they can only really remove 1 card. Like any opener that you get from the old OP6 deck profile that you was seeing a few weeks ago, is still more of a Zerg style game style that you're playing with, which I like a lot more. I have tried different deck profiles that uses like a 1 of Hody to kind of double rest rush, but I didn't find that I was able to use that too often. A lot of time it just ended up not being used, or wasn't really a good way to kind of end the game. I have tried the 4 kid build, which ended up feeling very bad because it just the game ended up going on forever. You'll hit like the timer and go into sudden death. So I do enjoy a more aggressive build with this. And once again, the Sanji card is pretty good. You're always able to get at least a 7 or an 8k swing off of him when you attach the Dawn, so definitely give that a try. But yeah, in the end, I did try this for the last 2 weeks, the week of, and also the this week. We did go back to back undefeated with this deck profile. I will try to build some other. I will try to sim and try some other profiles just to see how it feels. But for now, I am enjoying this build, which is a little more unique than the standard cookie cutter where you're just relying more on Fortress Kid build. But yeah, so we got 2 winners back to back. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what we get. I believe the last time we got a Shirahoshi, and then I'm hoping we can get some Kaya cards here. If these are both Kaya cards, I'll be pretty happy, just because I can go ahead and add that to my Nami deck and more blue tech in the future. Kaya was used for my Blurple Kaido too, so maybe she'll make an appearance in that deck also. But let's go ahead and open these up to see what we ended up with for the winner cards. Ooh, a nice easy rip, and it looks like we did get that winner Kaya. There we go. What a beautiful looking card. All right, so that was from last week from our undefeated, and then also we got another undefeated winner card this week. Let's go ahead and open that up and see if we can get another Kaya. This one's a little harder to pull, but we managed to get through it, and we did get another Kaya card. There you go. Back-to-back undefeated wins with a double Kaya. Definitely beautiful cards. The next deck profile, hopefully I'll be able to cook up with, will be my Blurple Kaido. We've been testing it out, and we will be taking him to locals to see how he does. We may have some more non-meta decks coming up, so make sure you check that channel. Make sure you like and subscribe for future deck profiles, and if you haven't seen it yet, please check out Liam's X1 Regionals 8-year-old deck profile. All right, we'll see you on the next one, guys. Have fun, take care, be safe. We'll see you on the next one.